Hello everybody and welcome to Purple Table Tarot. My name is Robin and I will be reading for Aquarius today. We will be doing the You and Them reading where we will see the energy that you're bringing, the energy your person is bringing, see the state of the connection as it is at this time, and the outcome. I will be reading with Tarot of the Mystical Moments for the main spread, and then clarifying with Morgan Greer. And sometimes these matches don't work. You have to have a super amount of match head on them to even get going. There we go. Okay. Today's reading is for Aquarius. What is going on with Aquarius and their person? And your person is the person on your mind. It could be any relationship that has been, that you are here watching this video for. Okay. Knight of Wands wanted to jump out, but okay, Aquarius. This reading is for Aquarius. This reading is for Aquarius. Aquarius. What is going on with Aquarius and their person? Oh, damn. Aquarius. What is going on with Aquarius and their person? And bottom of the deck energy, we have the Five of Cups. Okay. Aquarius, on your side, we have the Three of Swords, the Two of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Four of Wands. On your person's side, we have the Wheel of Fortune, the Strength, the Empress, and the King of Cups. So all of this is looking like some really strong energy. So I'll start off on your side. The Three of Swords and the Two of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles and the Four of Wands. It would appear to me that you've been really putting in a lot of self-care and a lot of thinking into what you want to do around a commitment. Because there is pain here. There's pain here. And whether it's pain from the past with an experience with another person or pain within this connection, we'll see as we get into it, but essentially the energy that you're bringing is like a background hum of heartache. And within the context of this relationship, you're kind of waffling back and forth on what action to take. What are you supposed to do? But ultimately, you are taking care of yourself because in the finish, you want a commitment. You want stability. The Four of Wands. You want a happy home. You want something stable, something you can rely on, something consistent. And I think you might be in your head a little bit about whether or not it's with this person, because there's some hesitation that you bring to the connection currently as it is. And in between you two, there is the Seven of Wands, which suggests boundaries. And they can be healthy boundaries, but there can also be within this context maybe some guardedness, some boundaries that, you know, may have been created out of fear, because on the other side we see strength here, which would indicate some level of bravery. It takes bravery to put your hand inside of the lion's mouth. And with the underlying energy for the reading as the Five of Cups, perhaps both of you have been holding on to some grief. There is a thread of energy flowing through this, as far as I can see on your side right now. I haven't quite dove into this side, but that there's like this thread of like grief and sadness that's kind of underlying this indecision on action. Okay, on your person's side, we have the Wheel of Fortune, the Strength, the Empress, and the King of Cups. So that is some really powerful energy, because you have 3 major arcana on this side. And with the Wheel of Fortune, I'm on the same row as the Three of Swords. Perhaps you guys have gone through something before, and now it's coming back around. That's one possibility. But the Wheel of Fortune is like, it's the wheel of karma. It's the choices. Like, we make our choices and then we get clearer, you know. Other people, I also like to call it the fuck around and find out card. So, you know, there's that. But there seems to be like a turning here, like a cycling. Like, this isn't the first go around. This has been a go round. And it would appear that this person is they're bringing strength into the nature of where the relationship stands at this point, because with the Strength, there's a sense of integration, like self-integration, like a balancing between the primal energy and the higher-minded energy. Like, this person's trying to bring themselves together to, you know, develop their character. And it could also mean that they're bringing strength to this relationship and trying to stay in their character. I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be in process of development. That's what they're bringing, you know, this steadiness of character in the middle. And that's interesting, because with the Strength, it's like you have these balance of the higher and the lower, like the lower impulses or the base desires, the base impulses, and the higher mind, the higher consciousness, correct? And so then in the middle, it's like there's a balancing of that. And then with the Two of Wands, it's like this, like what do I do? So there can be a little bit of a mirroring here, because right in the middle, within this kind of, I don't know if I want to say struggle, but experience of bringing in which do I go? That there's boundaries. So I get the sense that both of you are trying to work on your boundaries within yourselves and with one another right now. Okay, so then further on down the line, we have the Empress and the King of Cups. And the Empress is across from the Queen of Pentacles, which, you know, the Empress is the culmination of all the queens. And she seems, for me, very closely related to the Queen of Pentacles, because there's like a nurturing, and the Queen of Cups, right? It's like there's a nurturing, there's a love, there's a growth. So like Pentacles, we grow things. It's the long vision, a very patient energy. And the Empress is in a spot where it's like they don't, you know, they don't need to chase anybody, you know. So there's like self-care on this side, and there is also a sense of self-care for sure for the Empress. There's a lot of flexibility, a lot of fluidity, just like a very open energy with the Empress. There may be a little bit of not very disciplined energy, but either way, it's like these are major arcana, and so it'll be interesting to see what comes out for the minors, if there are any more minors that come out in the clarification, to see what is behind those energies, because there seems to be a cycle, an integration of self, but also a bit of fluidity, and perhaps this person is trying to learn how to go with the flow. And because down here we have the King of Cups, and we have this water that's flowing here, and water in the tarot represent emotions and psyche and spirituality. Not so much psyche as in like the air energy of the mind, but more like, yeah, just like the psychology and how the emotions play into, like how they inform what we do and what we think. And also the formation of our character and how we show up, how we choose to show up in our personality. So the King of Cups says it would appear like this person is trying very hard, like is staying grounded in their King of Cups energy. Maybe since this is the end result, it's like that's the spot that they want to occupy. You are the Queen of Pentacles here. You want to occupy a stable home, and then you have your King of Cups. They want to bring emotional stability. And I don't get the sense by these cards right here, right now, as they are, that that is a struggle for this person. I'm not seeing that. I feel like they've been trying, they've been working at it, and maybe they've really have done a lot of work on it, because they're trying to stay mindful of that balance within themselves in the context of this connection. And then in the middle, there's the Knight of Swords. So the Knight of Swords suggests, well, actually, I always get this Knight of Swords mixed with the Page. I don't know why, it just gives me Page vibes, but like, so the Knight of Swords is a swift moving energy, wanting to cut through the confusion. You see, after you get your glasses on, you see that she has her little kind of, it looks like a fountain pen. And you know how fountain pens have that sharp little metal tip? Right is worth the cost, is what it says on her dress. Like, this is a really cool, like, okay, this deck is so cool. I won't go off onto a tangent about how cool this deck is, but Tarot of the Mystical Moments, if you haven't checked it out, do so. It's beautiful. I absolutely love it. But anyway, so the Knight of Swords wants to cut through the confusion, okay? Because clouds represent cloudiness, confusion, things not fully being seen. This person is wanting to cut through that. And so I believe that in order for you guys to get to a spot of stability in your environment, but also in your emotions, that you need to communicate with one another. Now, this Knight of Swords is also an invitation. I mean, given how it's flanked by these two energies that are a lot more stable, a lot more calm, it's interesting because it's like the Knight of Swords is usually the person who wants to like rush in and like say the thing, right? And sometimes they might not think about what they're about to say before they say it. And, you know, they will very well be mostly in their like kind of impulsive space, impulsive mind. So it can be a very impulsive energy. But given how these things are on either side, the suggestion, the invitation would be to, despite the intense feeling of wanting to like, you know, shoot your mouth off for some lack of a better word, but just like kind of blurt or be impulsive about what you say, you don't necessarily need to like walk on eggs or be overly restricted, but it's telling you this is an invitation to bring presence, calmness, your best listening ears into this conversation. And what you would present in order to either continue this stability or create this stability, it needs to be mindful communication. There needs to be empathy. There needs to be, even if you don't agree with the other person, at least acknowledging where they're coming from, right? Like acknowledging where they're coming from, you know, like I hear where you're saying, and I understand where you're coming from, and, you know, and if there's confusion in there, like I wanna learn more, like help me understand even more, you know, what is this like for you? Anyways, so with the King of Cups, and that's the other thing, like I'm saying, to tame that impulse or to tame that drive to a degree so that it doesn't go off the rails. The King of Cups here, and because the reason I kind of more got on that issue or reminded me to kind of give that reminder is the waves are very tumultuous down here. And here's the King of Cups is like in the water, right? Is like the monolith and like the stable ground amidst this tempestuous waves, the water and all the things. And not only are they kind of sheltering a boat that's going through, you know, there's a boat passing through, they're also holding their own little boat in their hands. This also could suggest that there's deeper, bigger feelings happening within your person than they're showing. Because this ship is a lot bigger. It's going through this person. It's kind of like within this, you know, within this figure, but yet they're holding on to their little ship. So that's something to consider, something to think about. Okay, so let's clarify. Let's clarify. Because what is up with this pain? There's some pain. It's like ultimately, I mean, granted, you know, a lot of folks, like nobody enters into a new relationship okay, let me back up. People enter into relationships all the time, okay? And 9 times out of 10, neither one nor both people have all of their shit totally cleaned up, okay? I mean, let's be fair. Everyone, hopefully, is working on their stuff within or without of the context of any kind of relationship. but it's an ongoing process. You know, it's an ongoing process. It's an ongoing, it's like something you always maintain. There's never a time where you're just not gonna, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, you're not gonna live your life and then be like, oh, okay, like I'm 35 now, so yeah, I've done all the work, we're good. You know, no. It just pops up less and less as far as the triggers or the symbols that say, here's some stuff. You remember this, don't you? Or like, here's this kind of feeling again, or here's this response that you're giving. Like you know, you might find you falling into habituated patterns. Whatever the case may be, it comes in many, many different forms, right? So let's see what this pain is about. The point that I was trying to make is, it's okay. If you have shit, we all have shit. So let's see what this shit is, okay? Okay, why is the Three of Swords here? 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 Okay. The Three of Swords is clarified by the Seven of Pentacles, the Page of Wands, and the Five of Wands. So I think that there's pain here because there has been conflict around what action to take. And this person has been sitting with a very sweet motivation to move forward. A very, and I just keep getting words like gentle or sweet, just like there's this very kind of youthful, vulnerable want to, you know, here's this wand, right? It's like, what action am I going to take? I want to take action. The pages want to take action. Maybe they even want to give a message of like what action to take, but it's like they're just really kind of looking at what actions they could take. Like, here's this drive, here's this desire. And the thing is that with the Seven of Pentacles, it's like tending to something that you want to grow, but then it hasn't really been bearing the fruit as much as you want to see. So there is a continuation to work on it. And but it is also kind of like an energy of going back to the drawing board and not necessarily throwing it all out, like scrapping the project. It's okay, what helped bear fruit that one season? That one season was kind of cool. There was some fruit there, but not as much as I wanted. I didn't really harvest that much. And this project is very important to me. So I want to see it through. I'm trying to grow and nurture something, but I'm getting all kinds of feedback from other people on how to go about doing that. And, you know, trying to nurture something and not seeing it bear the fruit that you want, and this is Pentacle energy, so who knows how long this could have been going on. That's longevity, there's been investment here. And the Seven comes after the Six, so Six of Pentacles is investment. This is underneath the sadness, you know? And they're still in the page. So they're feeling like this maybe you or your person's been feeling like despite their best efforts, it hasn't been giving them what they want, this endeavor. And there can be a lot of group conflict, getting feedback from other people about how to do it, what to do. Or that could be inside of you. You know, Five of Wands is a conflict. It can be an inner conflict as well with, oh, do I do it like this? Do I do this? Do I do that? So with all of that, kind of really not knowing what to do, there's a reevaluation with the Seven. but the whole like having to, you know, having a series of rough drafts is kind of, can weigh on a person over time. So I'm feeling for you, Aquarius. But I'm still not too sure what it is. It's like if you're trying to grow this relationship, it would appear that way because in the finish you want the stability. Okay, oopie. Okay. All right, what is the Two of Wands here? Two of Wands, because there's action. There's a lot and the other thing is that there's a lot of desire. I mean, despite this sadness around this, not giving you your dividends as much as you would like, you know, you definitely have the long vision for it. I just get the sense that you want to get past this, you know, newbie page energy. But yet you got the Queen of Pentacles here. So the thing is, ultimately, you know how to nurture something for its full potential and ripeness. However, the Queen suggests that a focus on self-care is needed. Perhaps at this time, there's been too much focus on outside of yourself. You know, here you are being the farmer of this bush or this tree that isn't bearing as much fruit as you want. You don't want to let the bush die, but farmer needs to take a break. Go have some lunch, take a nap, take a shower, read a book, you know, and not even read a book on how to grow the fruit. You know, it's just kind of like, it's okay. The bush is going to be there. Like, take a break. You could take a break. Okay. Two of Wands. Why is the Two of Wands here? 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 Okay. So the Two of Wands is clarified by the Seven of Wands, the Three of Wands, and the Knight of Swords, or not Knight, sorry, the Nine of Swords. Okay, so there's been a lot of anxiety between, you know, do or not do, what action are you going to take? But the two is followed by the three, and we do have the three here. And the three suggests an integration of what is and like moving, it's a transition. So there's a gateway. So you will make a decision. It will come to you on which action to take. And by the looks of it, you've been thinking a lot about it. It's been causing you maybe sleepless nights and feelings of anxiety, a lot of overthinking. Like the 9 is a bit stronger than the 8. In the 8, we can undo our binds and we're like, okay, and like, I don't need to dwell on this. But like in the 9, it's like, you're already past that. You're like, I'm dwelling on this. Okay, so the thing is, what flanks the 3 is the 9 of Swords and the 7 of Wands. And then we have the 7 of Wands here. So it would appear to me that maybe, Aquarius, you don't need to be like pouring more into this bush. What you need to be doing is setting better boundaries. Because there's boundaries here, and then there's boundaries here. So it's like, you know, boundaries on either side of this anxiety, this indecision, but then ultimately the decision being made and the gateway, the transition being done. So what I'm getting from that is the more time you spend in self-care and having healthy boundaries, then your answer will come on what to do. And it's okay. You don't need to know right now. I think a lot of times we get all very worked up on like what to do. Like there's so much wand energy here. What to do. Okay, let's look at what's going on for this person over here. Because this looks like that, you know, there's anxiety, there's worry, there's fretting around, you know, because with all this doing energy, with all this action energy, what's this person doing? What's this person doing? Maybe they're just kind of luxuriating in their Empress energy. Okay, why is the Wheel of Fortune here? 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 Five of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, Four of Swords. So the Wheel of Fortune is clarified by the Five of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Four of Swords. So as I was shuffling, I was thinking, yeah, this has gone around and around. Here you'll see all these gears connected, right? And then you have that heart. So this person has been going around and around with their heart. Where do I plant my seed? You have rest on one side and meditation, healing, thinking about it, and then you have conflict on the other side. So you have the conflict around what to do. This person has conflict around what to think or what to say. And I feel like the sadness comes from this very kind of round and around. Like you guys haven't gotten to the fruit. You know, here you are already tending the bush, getting trying to bear the fruit, all kinds of, I'm doing. This person's like, I'm just like thinking. And then like, where do I want to plant my seed? Like this, this person might not even know if this is the kind of fruit they want to harvest with you, Let's do the Strength. Why is the Strength here? 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 The Lovers, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Ace of Swords. This person is trying to develop develop mastery. Between trying to develop mastery with their integration of self, balancing out the base desires with the higher knowing in the context of what their truth is in this relationship. How do I become a better lover, and not in terms of like, how do I get more skilled? It's more like, how do I bring myself to this relationship? I'm looking for my inner truth. I'm looking for the truth. And so it's like, you got the 7, and then this person has the 8. And that's clarifying the Strength. So, and this is the current energy of the relationship. So I feel like this person is invested. They're trying to develop their sense of self so that they know what to bring and know who to bring into this union. And with that being said, you're like tripping kind of in your head a lot about, oh, well, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? And it's like, you know what? Like, you don't have to do anything. Just drop it. Like, drop those wands. I wouldn't be surprised if the 10 of Wands showed up over here. I would not be surprised. Because what I'm getting from this is that, you know, maybe in your life, maybe a pattern for you, you know, maybe like a anxious response to stressful situations, or just a response to things when you want to get something done and it's not going the way that you want it to, is to be like, okay, well, back to the drawing board. What do I do? You know, and there's a lot of like sense of like, if something's going to get done, you got to be the one to do it. You know, you got to see it. You got to see it successfully. You got to, you know, which tells me that in all kinds of areas of your life, that's probably what you bring. Like, set them up, knock them down. Like, I got a goal, boom, I'm going to do it. But when the goal doesn't bear fruit, it starts to freak you out a little bit. Be like, you know, like, why is this not coming together? I'm doing all the things. Doing all the right things. And this is hurting me. I'm feeling sad and bummed out. Okay. Then over here, it's like, okay, you know, like this person, this is really good energy. Like this is really good energy. This person is trying to, like I said, develop the, you know, what's their inner truth and how do I work on integrating myself so I could bring the best thing. And in the middle of you guys, you have healthy boundaries. Healthy boundaries. Okay. Whenever I look this way, I'm looking at the clock. Okay, so I have enough time. Okay, let's just do all of them. Okay, let's see the Queen of Pentacles. What's up with the Queen of Pentacles energy? Why is the Queen of Pentacles here? Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so the Queen of Pentacles is clarified by the 9 of Wands, the 2 of Pentacles, and the Temperance. So what's coming through to me, since 7 of Wands is here twice, that is setting boundaries. That's like setting like healthy boundaries, like acknowledging like the successes that you've overcome. And that can be a difficult place, a difficult thing to give credence to when you have been occupying the space of the 7 of Pentacles, because the 7 of Pentacles feels like, you know, you really want to grow, you really want to tend something, you really want to see something grow, but it's like it's not growing the way, not even just the way that you wanted to. It's not like, oh, well, you know, I was hoping for like all these cherries on my tree, but instead I got avocados. It's not like that. It's like, I planted a cherry tree and I want to harvest these cherries, and then you get like, you know, not as much cherries. It's like some cherries, but not a lot of cherries. Okay. So with this, in the process of that, with the 7 of, it's like, okay, let me back up. Sorry. So in the 7 of Wands, we are recognizing our successes. And when we're recognizing our successes, we are moving forward in our journey, on our path, in the actions that we're taking on our path, and setting healthy boundaries for ourselves. Okay? And if you have been occupying a space where something hasn't been rewarding, then it's very easy to think that maybe setting the healthy boundary means like Nine of Wands time. Like, I'm a bit battle fatigued here. I'm feeling sad because I am getting fatigued with all this action that I'm taking. Wands, 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 wands. And I'm getting burnt out. That's the other thing. Like, wands are fire. And when you have a lot of wands, you can begin feeling burnt out. And so when you feel burnt out and you're trying to set healthy boundaries for yourself, it can really show up as, I'm shutting down. Like, stay away. Like, it's like, I'm still gonna do it. I'm still gonna do the thing. Like, but I've taken my lumps, so I am going to be guarded. This is guarded energy. This is healthy boundary energy. Okay. So, and the no judgment, because truly, when we get to that place of feeling guarded, you know, I mean, clearly we are obviously there for a reason, you know, like our emotions and how we feel and the actions we take. It's like, that's more information for us. It's a reflection on where we're at. And it's important for us to be completely honest with ourselves about that. Yeah. If I was trying to harvest a whole boatload of cherries and on my tree, I'm just like, this tree's a dud. This sucks. You know, I'd get pissed. It'd be annoying. Okay, so then here you are, Queen of Pentacles, you got to take care of yourself, okay? Because you've been in this there's Two of Pentacles and then Two of Wands. And the twos are very much like, this is like juggling two practical endeavors, you know, like say a full-time job and a side hustle. This is, you know, like, what do I want to plant? Like, what do I want to see for my future? Which thing am I going to grow? Which thing am I going to see through to harvest? You know, like, what's my long vision here? Do I want to do this? Do I want to do that? Like, what action do I take? Blah, blah, blah. And you have the Temperance. So the Temperance is like being patient. It also has like this back and forth kind of two, you know, pouring in from cup to cup, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. However, the other aspect of Temperance that's actually quite poignant is that it's a card, and it's a marker on the path of the Fool's journey that suggests that this whole situation is something that's reforming you. It's reshaping you. Like, think of a sword, okay? A sword, or like say there's like, you know, a blade gets plunged into the fire because it's not fully shaped yet, right? Like, it's just kind of like this rough, crude version of a sword. Plunge it into the fire, take it out, bang it out, you know, banging the shit out of it. And like that, if you were the blade, which you are the blade, like, it hurts. It hurts. It's agonizing. Like, imagine getting thrust into a vat of molten, you know, fire, whatever, and then being hit with a hammer. Like, that's gnarly. But that's what's happening for you in your, I would say, journey in this experience of distinguishing between healthy boundaries and shutting down. And also reforming yourself to focus so much more on yourself in the Queen of Pentacles energy, like self-care, and really coming away from this trauma response that you have to be the one to do whatever needs to be done in order to see it through. You know, maybe with your Seven of Pentacles here, maybe it's just time to, like, you know, let go and let the sunshine and the rain and nature take over the bush. Like, nobody ever has to do anything with blackberries, right? So, like, the blackberries will grow. Like, that stuff will grow. You don't ever see anybody being like, I'm gonna go water my blackberries now. Like, dude, you don't have to do anything. Or weeds. Or wildflowers. Like, you know? So maybe this temperance piece, this marker on the Fool's Journey is telling you, like, and you have the 8, or you have the 9 of Swords right above that, and then the 5 of Wands right above that. So you've been in your head about all these different kinds of actions that you can take to you know, to see some cherries here or whatever. I think the advice here, like based on what I'm seeing, is the law of least effort. The law of inaction is also action. Because look at this person over here. They're doing the work on themselves to try to show up here. Let them do that. And the 8 of Pentacles suggests a long vision energy, suggests a dedication. And you know what? I mean, this person is dedicating themselves to seeing themselves through. What is my inner truth? Because there's a lot of mind energy here. And that's the thing. I don't see any cups. And I don't see any cups except right here with the Temperance. She's got the 2 cups. So, you know, it would appear to me at the end of the day that, like, the self boundaries, like the 7 of Wands, I think there's an invitation here for you guys to focus on yourselves, you know, in order to bring the best to the person. And you don't need to overwork yourself to get somebody to freaking notice you, you know? I mean, honestly, if the Lovers weren't here, I would wonder whether or not this was like a work relationship, like a boss employee type experience. Okay, let's see. What else are we going to look here? Let's look at the 7 of Wands in the middle. Any more information? What's the information? 7 of Wands. Okay. Okay, 7 of Wands. Why is the 7 of Wands here for Aquarius and their person? Why is the 7 of Wands here for Aquarius and their person? 7 of Wands. 7 of Wands. 7 of Wands. 7 of Wands. Okay. Ultimately, okay, the 7 of Wands with regard to the energy between you two is clarified by the 8 of Cups, the Empress, and then the 10 of Pentacles. So we have the Empress here twice. This is the mother energy. This is a nurturing energy. This is loving. This is kind. This is creative. This is like, what do I want to build? What do I want to create? And this is like, the Empress is like, just kind of this like sumptuous energy, you know. She's not going, she is not doing this. She's not doing this, okay? So I think that the 7 of Wands for you, Aquarius, is to really find your inner Empress and really like, maybe even study the Empress and what the Empress is about and like really sink into that energy. And it's all for you, you know, because you've been working hard and burning yourself out here. And with it would appear that like by walking away is what's going to bring, and I don't know if this is going to bring you two together, because we have this Wheel of Fortune energy. So that's like, sometimes it's up, sometimes it's down, da 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 da, right? Like a Ferris wheel, like, you know, it's just kind of like going like that. But I mean, I see very strong intentionality on both sides. While you have struggled with doing too much. This person probably struggles with, you know, thinking a little too much, maybe. They're trying to mellow that out. I think that they're mellowing that out, actually. And then we have two aces. There's an Ace of Pentacles and an Ace of Swords. So this person could be trying to figure out what their truth is, you know, and then where they want to plant their seed for the long vision. So my point is that I think through walking away and getting clear on what it is that you want to grow, what do you want to nurture? Perhaps there's something else already in your life that you haven't been focusing on, because there's been a lot of like focus on this, you know, one or the other endeavor. What do I do? Da da da. Right? Okay. So in walking away or giving space, each side needs to give themselves some space, and that's where the boundaries are. That's what's clarifying the boundaries. Taking some time for yourself. And with this Eight of Cups is walking away from something that doesn't serve you anymore. That could be this person, this situation, this relationship. It could also be an interpersonal, an intrapersonal dynamic. And that then bleeds over into an interpersonal dynamic, because in the finish we have the Ten of Pentacles here, which is like long-term, you know, commitment, like all the things are locked down, you know, it's like, and the Empress. And this figure is walking away from this, but like walking toward the Empress. So I think that's what the boundaries are about. Walking toward yourself, walking toward your Empress energy, like laying down all these wands and getting on with it, getting on with getting back to yourself, Aquarius. You know, and I don't get the sense that like, I don't know, I just get the sense that like these two people are still here. You know, I think there's an intentionality on this person's part for sure. Developing a sense of mastery in how they want to show up in a love relationship. And that, you know, and that requires some boundaries in order to take some time to rest on that. And then, because in the finish, in the outcome, we have the Four of Wands, stability, and the King of Cups. Like, yeah, you would need to do this work to get to the King of Cups energy, for sure. And then they have the Empress on their side too. Let's clarify the Empress for them. It's like you need to walk toward your inner Empress. And the Empress also signifies the mother. Maybe this person needs to work on some, but yet the Empress is in the upright. It's not in the reverse. The reverse might suggest some old wounds with the mother. Let's see. Why is the Empress here? Why is the Empress here for Aquarius's person? Or keep in mind that the energies can be flipped as well. Why is the Empress here? 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 Oh, yes. I think they see you as their Queen of Cups. Okay, so the Empress is clarified by the Nine of Cups, the Chariot, and the Queen of Cups. So I feel like this person is working on themselves to move toward you, Aquarius, because you're their happy place. Yeah, there's a lot of happiness, you know, and I don't know, like they might see you as very creative, very nurturing, because it's like here you have the Queen of Pentacles on your side and your energy that you bring, and then here's this, you know, I mean, are they bringing Empress energy, or are they like, yeah, we've been going round and round, I need to work on myself so I could get strength, so I could evolve into the King of Cups to be with my Empress. And then look, we have the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups here. And this is your reading. This is your outcome, okay? So it's like this person wants to evolve into the King of Cups so they can be here for their Queen of Cups. Which is also a very emotionally nurturing energy. Very compassionate, very, very, very kind, very, not just like some weird kind pushover either, like very, we'll see where the other person is coming from. And that's funny because like this Queen of Cups is looking at the Chariot, and the Chariot is moving. And so the Chariot, it's not just how do I want to integrate my impulses and my base desires and my higher consciousness. It's how do I want to integrate my corpus? How am I going to integrate my personhood? I got to develop my character, and how do I want to embody this? And with the Chariot, I've also heard like what you are moving towards it and it is moving towards you. And I get the sense that if you take a break, because this is saying take a break. I'm just getting take a break. There's too much. You don't need to work so hard. You don't need to work so hard. Get into your Empress energy. Relax. Go lay in your bed with a bunch of pillows, right? You know, because this person is working on themselves to move toward you. That's what I see. That's what I'm getting from here, from this. Okay. Okay. Let's look at the Knight of Swords. What needs to be discussed? Why is the Knight of Swords here? 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 Okay, so the Knight of Swords is clarified by the Page of Cups, the Six of Wands, and the Four of Cups. So the Six of Wands is attention, right? So that would suggest you both need to bring attention to this issue, because you want to discuss, you want to bring attention to how you both want to show up. Like, what is your love language here? What kind of message of love are you giving with your attention? Because someone here is feeling bored or dissatisfied. There's something that they're like, here's the hand of fate, handing you a miracle, handing you a little, like, fate, spirit is giving this to you, right? But yet there's a little bit of a harumph energy. So attention needs to be paid and discussed about where's the harumph energy coming from? Why is that? Because what do you want to discuss with regard to how you both are bringing, what are you both bringing to the relationship? Because this Page of Cups, it's like there's the little fish peeking out of the cup looking at the page, which suggests before you offer your cup, what is it that you're offering? This is an invitation for self-reflection on How do you show up in your love relationship? What's inside your cup? What do you want to give? And maybe this person over here is like, you've been giving me this cup, but I'm kind of bored with it. And that whatever that is, they need to discuss that, not just I'm bored. Okay, well, what is it that you're missing? What is it that you're disappointed in? Do you want a partner to fucking do cartwheels for you? Like, what is it? What is it? What is it? Yeah, attention. What kind of attention are you showing each other? Is this person dissatisfied with the level of attention that you're giving them? Maybe you're spending so much time and attention and thought on what you want to do and action you want to take towards this when you haven't been taking any action. You're waiting. Maybe you've been waiting for this person to show you some attention. And that's where your Four of Cups energy is too. Okay. Let's do the Four of Wands. Why is the Four of Wands here? So we have the Star, the Eight of Swords, and the Five of Cups. So Aquarius, you've been locked in your head on this. Really stressing out on what you have to do. Really kind of, thinking about two different paths to take. Two different seeds to plant. It wouldn't suggest another person being here, but, I think that the heartbreak, the Three of Swords energy, the Five of Cups energy, and the Five of Cups energy again, there's pain. There is pain that needs to be healed here. Because there's a lot of pain. And whenever we have a undercurrent of pain flowing through us in what we're bringing to a partnership or a relationship of any kind, that flowing of the pain, the water, is in that cup, and that's what we're offering. We can't offer stability and groundedness and love and trust, and we can't offer that if we don't trust. And I get the sense that there's a really lack of trust here because there's a lot of in your head energy. But there's a hope. There is a hope. There's a wish for love and stability. There is a wish for this Four of Wands. There's a wish for this stability, but there's a lot of pain behind it and a lot of in your head about it. So I think there needs to be, you need to take a break, get clear on what it is you want, regardless of this person. Is this person giving you what you want? If you've been working so hard and your endeavors haven't been bearing fruit, why is that? Is that because you haven't been working hard enough? I don't think so. I don't know. I don't get that sense. Maybe you've been working too much. You got to let this person step up and come toward you. And it looks like they're trying to do that. And then there needs to be a communication about that. A communication about boundaries. I'm going to take some time to see what's in my cup. I need to take a break, or I need to take a rest, or hey man, I've been really feeling like I've been putting in a lot of effort here and I'm not really seeing like what, it just needs to come together. Okay, why is the King of Cups here? King of Cups. 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 Okay. So the King of Cups is clarified by the Strength, the Six of Cups, and the Six of Swords. So the Strength is showing up twice here. So I think in order for this person, and that's what I'd said before, in order for this person to get to the King of Cups energy, they really need, they're doing work, they need to work on themselves. I feel like that's been the message for like every single reading that I've been doing, and they come out and like, it's crazy. But maybe it's the time of year. What season are we in right now? Aquarius? Wait, yeah. We got Aquarius energy. I think Aquarius is the Star and the Temperance because it's like water. No, Temperance is Sagittarius. And then the Star is Aquarius. So the time is now for you to communicate. And the time is now for you to take a little break. And the time is now for you to really get clear, like pay attention to this undercurrent of pain and what you need to heal in order to get out of your head. You're like overthinking and overdoing. And then the strength, the integration of the base impulse, the base desires with the higher consciousness to create and develop a strong core sense of self is how this person is going to get to the King of Cups energy. And this, with the Six of Cups, suggests such a loving, sweet, nurturing, nostalgic energy, soulmate energy, right? So this person may see you as a soulmate. But then we also have the Six of Swords, so it's, you know, there's choppy waters going to calmer waters, right? But they're guided by spirit. I think that, and given the waters, the water, especially like bodies of water, suggest all the feelings, you know, all the emotions, the psyche. This person has been in a state of internal emotional turbulence, and is trying to get to a place where they could be more clear, where they could feel more clear, they could feel more steady. And the King of Cups is, you know, like we saw earlier, is a pillar in the middle of this ocean that's choppy. So I think that's what this person needs to do, is trying to balance out their emotions, trying to smooth it out. How do they want to embody themselves? How do they want to, you know, develop their character? Because this connection is very important to them. You're showing that this connection is very important to you based on all the work, all the action you've been taking, and all the thinking you've been putting into it. This person is showing the importance of this relationship, but also the importance of relationship in and of itself. Because they're like, okay, if I'm going to have any kind of relationship, if I'm going to show up as a lover, I'm in the midst of doing this. I'm doing this work in order to integrate character, develop and keep and nurture and grow and strengthen my sense of character, and also embody that. I don't think that this person wants to fully come toward you until that's fully embodied. You know? I feel like this energy is so strong. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. There's 6 major arcana over here. So this would suggest that this is a huge process for this person. But it's positive. So in the finish, the advice for your side is to take a break. You both have departure energy, but I feel like you're both like taking break because it's in the boundary setting, like the 7 of Wands, like taking a break, but not cutting each other off, but it's like moving towards yourselves. You can move towards yourself and have healthy, you know, healthy energy towards yourself and what you want to grow and all that. But in the finish, okay, so I think the advice over here for you is don't burn yourself out. You don't have to do anything else. You don't have to do anything. And notice where you're overthinking, notice where you're overdoing, and for goodness sakes, take time to heal this pain. And the thing is that you're able to, because you have the Queen of Pentacles. So this is a suggestion of self-care. You really need to put in a lot of self-care right now. Turn your attention towards things that are like totally you know? Turn your attention towards things that you can see the fruits of your labor. Whatever that is. If you're gonna do a DIY project, get that going and see that through. Get a sense of accomplishment through other things that you can actually, that don't require the participation of another person, especially in any kind of emotional capacity, because we can't control other people. And a lot of times when we have a lot of Wands energy, that would also be trying to suggest like, oh, if I'm having to do something to really like, you know, manipulate my outer experience, and not manipulate in a bad way, but like shape or control or form or like create this, like what actions do I need to take in order to see what I want to see here. Okay. And then this person, keep doing what you're doing. Keep developing yourself. Yeah. And stay connected through this, because healthy boundaries are loving but firm. There's a sense of connectedness in good boundaries. That is actually what, you know, people hear the word boundary and they actually get the image of the cutoff, you know. But healthy boundaries actually strengthen and deepen relationships very much. It's one of those kinds of paradoxes sometimes, like difficult conversations strengthen and deepen intimacy. All right, so let's get an oracle card from the spirit of the animals here. I'm gonna bail, I'm gonna be late. Okay. Sea turtle, protection. You are master of finding life's flow. Be in harmony with the rhythm and your path will unfold. Persevere and you will succeed. You have everything you need to be protected and happy. Sea turtle, protection. Unicorn, infinite possibilities. Ooh, what a beautiful card. I didn't even show you guys. Infinite possibilities. You are the sovereign of the seen and unseen worlds. The magic of love surrounds you. Beauty transforms you. Listen to the spirits of light. Abandon the darkness. Go beyond the ordinary and become the legendary. A little grandiose, but that's okay. So go beyond the ordinary or abandon the darkness, you know. Yeah, I gotta get that 6 of Swords there. And then at the bottom we have cat, we have independent. So I think that right now there's a call to have some independence. Okay. And then we'll get some magic words. Gentle kindness. Dear. Gentle kindness. Be gentle and kind with yourself and each other in this process. Flamingo. Romance and love. Aww. And toad. Cleansing and transformation. I really like that. I really like that for you guys. I think that's great. And then we have squirrel. Responsibility and balance on the bottom. I really like that. Yeah, go easy on yourself, Aquarius, or Aquarius's person. Go easy on yourself. This is like 2 people really unfolding. And then another person getting to the spot where they can just kind of be with themselves and kind of don't need to have so much control over things, and that's okay. Cleansing and transformation. Be gentle with yourself. Forget me not. Always remain true to your intentions. Daphne, what pleases us most shapes us. Chrysanthemum, be here always with willing hands and heart. Then on the bottom, sweet pea, the comfort of good company heals old hurts. Okay, well that's what I have for you, Aquarius. I hope that this helped. And I will see you at the next reading. Okay, bye-bye.